A self-made hero in every sense of the word, Tim took the role of Robin after attempting to convince Dick Grayson to become Batman's sidekick again following the death of Jason Todd. In Tim's mind, Batman needed a Robin to stay true to himself and his mission. Although Tim didn't intend to take up the mantle for himself, he was more than happy to do what needed to be done. What's going on, guys? Multiverse here with yet another action figure review video, and today we're having a look at the Boy Wonder so-called Amazon Gold label by McFarlane Toys. Starting off this video, guys, we're of course taking a look at the infamous McFarlane packaging, and it is of course that traditional black, white, and blue with the open face window, seeing Robin the Boy Wonder front and center. Down here at the bottom it says DC Multiverse and Robin Tim Drake. Flipping over to the side, guys, we see Robin Tim Drake again with DC Multiverse at the top. On the back is a beautiful concept art or comic image of the Boy Wonder himself, and this right here would have been a gold label as opposed to what we got. Flipping over here to this side, guys, not really much going on other than DC Multiverse and Robin Tim Drake again. Nothing at all going on at the top, and then down here at the bottom is the barcode for you barcode guys. Well, that said though, guys, let's go ahead and rip this gold label out of the packaging and take a closer look at Robin. So right here, guys, is the Boy Wonder Robin himself. This is the Amazon exclusive gold label Robin, and for my first-hand impressions, I absolutely hated what he looked like before. This right here was absolutely disgraceful. I love that they were going for the year one look, and I would have loved to get an accurate year one Robin suit and paint job. However, he had this body mold. This is the body mold of the other figure we got later on down the line, where he has like the green trousers and the green gauntlets and shoulder pads with the red torso. So I took it upon myself. You guys already know how I am. I got tired of seeing the other guys review a figure just to dog on it. I wanted to give you guys something that I was actually kind of proud to look at. You know, by no means I'm no Picasso, but I actually dig my custom here. I like how it's kind of a year one suit modified to look like his newer suit with the green pants and green shoulder pads. This right here also kind of gives me like an Arkham vibe. You guys will see when we jump into the detail of the figure. But I kind of took it upon myself to mix the two suits together. Once again, I am no Picasso, so you will see some brush strokes and some paint chippage over here. But when you take like the white skin paint and put it over bright red, it's gonna bleed through no matter how many times I put a coat over it. I probably put like 3 coats on this guy just for it to look semi-decent, or at least to me semi-decent. With all that said though, guys, let's go ahead and take Robin off of the rotating turntable and take a closer look at the accessories that he came with. When it comes to the accessories, guys, he doesn't really come with much. Being that he's a gold label, I feel like he should come with an arsenal. And, you know, even if they wanted to up the price point to $25, maybe even the gold labels can go to the $30 that they've been trying to do. But I just want more accessories if you're making a gold label. He does, of course, come with the standard DC McFarlane base with the DC logo just stamped right there on the front. He does, of course, come with his trading card. And I just would have loved to get the year one body sculpt with the proper paint. That would have been amazing instead of the monstrosity we got right there. Flipping over to the back, guys, is the read up if you want to pause the screen and read it right now. Always give you guys that little bit of a second. He does, of course, come with his infamous Tim Drake bow staff, and mine has actually warped over time, being that he has been in one position on my shelf in my little Teen Titans area, but with the hot summer days, he kind of warped and warped and warped. And probably me doing that isn't helping at all. But I do like the detail that they put onto the bow staff instead of just giving him a silver stick that they give some of their guys. I would actually love to see this bow staff reused with a new Deathstroke figure instead of just giving him swords. Give him swords, a bow staff, a gun, and we probably get a proper Deathstroke. And he does, of course, come with a Batarang or a Robin Shuriken, whatever you want to call it. I am getting sick of seeing this design now, though. I feel like this is like the 4th or 5th version of Robin and Batman where we're just getting this. I understand in like the animated series and some comics, the Batarangs, the Shurikens, they look like this, but I miss the classic bat emblem that Batman can throw. You know, I'd like to think Batman and Robin sit there time and time throughout the night or throughout the day and they're making their own and giving them their own logo to throw at people. Let's get some R Shurikens. I feel like that would be freaking awesome. With all that said though, guys, let's go ahead and move away from the accessories and take a closer look at the detail. In terms of detail, guys, starting off with the head sculpt, I actually do really like this head sculpt. It really captures the young Robin look. However, I feel like he doesn't have a proper jawline. Like they started to here, but then it just kind of flattens out and he just kind of looks like he's got kind of a fat, round, ovalish looking head, and it just kind of looks disproportionate to the muscular body that they gave him. Going down here now, guys, looking at the torso, this is where you get to judge my brush work. Once again, be gentle in the comics. I know I'm not a Picasso, but I do find it kind of therapeutic to customize some of these figures, especially when they looked as bad as this one did. When it has the wrong body mold, but they just painted over it and it's just an eyesore, I'd like to separate it. And, you know, you may think it's an eyesore too. I like to separate like the metal plating that he has for his body armor or the plating within the body armor, not so much metal plating, but you guys know what I meant. I feel like I did a decent job. Let me know down in the comments if you actually like what I kind of went with here with like the newer suit with the year one paint on it. I feel like it looks pretty damn good. I hated that they also added the oval here, but just painted on a circle. I'm sure you guys can see that on the picture I keep throwing up here for just a comparison. I'll leave some space over here for you guys to judge based off the two, and you know, let me know which one you liked better. If you liked how it looked before, I mean, it's very far and in between, but I can't imagine everybody hated how it looked. You know, some people just, it doesn't bother them. Just going down here now, guys, to his midsection, we do see his utility belt, and I actually love it when they give us the utility belt that has the pouches as opposed to just giving us some bright yellow belt that loops around and you're like, where are the gadgets supposed to go? And they didn't just stop in the front, he even has them draped on the back. So the detail in this figure alone does look beautiful. Everything for this body mold was there. It was just painted over, which what made it look ugly. Going down here now, guys, looking at his legs. His legs are original, so what you see is what you got straight out of the packaging. Going down here now, guys, looking at the boots. The boots are beautifully detailed. I love how we see the straps within it instead of them just giving him the flat classic boots. And he also has some sort of shin guard going on over here as well. And if we take him off of the stand, you can see that they also gave him the big toe pouch, what I call it. I don't know what it's called, but I call it the big toe pouch because obviously just his toes slid up in there. Flipping over to the back, guys, looking at the cape. The cape is beautifully detailed. I love how we have all the wrinkles and it's not too heavy for the figure himself. And I will go ahead and put it out to you guys. I messed up my figure when I was ripping it apart to paint. This right here is loose and I can't get it to go back together. But for me, you know, just ignore it. Whatever. It's my figure. I messed it up. I can get over it at the end of the day, especially when I pose him this way. You can't even tell. With all that said though, guys, let's go ahead and zoom out from the figure and take a closer look at his size, articulation, and in some size comparison. When it comes to how tall Robin stands, guys, Robin does stand to the top of the hair exactly 7 inches tall. I do wish they would have made him just a little bit shorter, maybe 6.5 inches or so, maybe just a 6-inch figure itself, being that he's supposed to be, you know, a teenager. But that way, you know, he can actually have some size differentiation from Batman himself. Let's go ahead and take him off his stand and move him closer to the camera. With his head articulation, he does look up about that far and looks down about that far. He does, of course, get some beautiful head pivot in there, and it does rotate all the way around. His arms do articulate all the way up about that far, and they go all the way around as well. He does, of course, come with a bicep swivel, which is actually pretty useful. Double hinged elbows, and his hands do, of course, articulate up and down and rotate all the way around. When it comes to his ab crunch, guys, the doesn't do anything forward, but he is a limbo master at the end of the day. Not so much as some of the other figures we see though. Like, it's not even just because my finger's in the way. That's about as far back as he goes. When it comes to his waist swivel now, guys, his waist doesn't articulate on mine. I don't know if maybe some paint got stuck in there or what. I didn't really articulate the waist when I got him out of the package, so it might just be stuck. Might have to soak him in some hot water. When it comes to his legs go forward about that far. They go back about that far. The famous McFarlane crotch gap. He can, of course, hit the Robin splits. He does, of course, come with double hinged knees. And as for his ankles, they articulate down. They articulate up. He has toe articulation, and he does, of course, come with beautiful ankle pivot. When it comes to the size comparison, guys, here we have my custom gold label Robin standing next to my custom Batman. And for size, I feel like they look pretty good, although the Batman could be taller. So like I said, Robin should be just a little bit shorter. Next up, guys, we have the gold label Robin standing next to one of my personal favorite Tim Drake figures, which is him in his red Robin suit. And as you can see, this one is just a tad bit shorter than this one over here, which I feel is really weird. Yeah, I get it. Different comics, different versions of Tim Drake. However, this one should just be shorter. Next up, guys, here we have Robin standing next to Diamond Select Toys Spider-Man from Far From Home. And as you can see, the size comparison actually works for these two. I can see Robin being slightly taller than Spider-Man. And this would be a very interesting storyline. And last but not least, guys, here we have Robin standing next to the 6-inch Marvel Legends Captain Marvel from the Marvels film. And just like that movie, the size does not work. Alrighty, guys, and there you have it. Another action figure review video in the books on my channel for you guys to enjoy. When it comes to my review on the gold label Robin, for how he looked originally, I'm going to have to give him a 2 out of 10. Being that I really like the body sculpt, but it's just the wrong one with the wrong paint. It just didn't make any sense. And for articulation, his legs are good, his arms are good, but for a Robin to not be able to move his abdomen nor his waist, it really does bug me. Now the waist could just be that mine is stuck. Yours might have waist swivel, but mine unfortunately does not. And I even sat here and fiddled with it for a little bit and took it apart, but it still is not wiggling for me. So something is wrong inside of mine. So that's not going to knock it down in my point of view. So let's give it a 3 out of 10. When it comes to my post customization on here, I'm bumping it up to a 5.5 out of 10. One, because I'm biased, and two, I just like how it turned out. You know, I'm not a Picasso like I said before, but I just like this version better. It makes sense because the sleeves stop here. With all that said though, guys, if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you are new. We try to do at least 2 videos a week for you guys to enjoy. With all that said though, guys, I'm getting out of here, and I will see you in the next video.